Hello everyone and welcome back to day 9 of this web development course. This is the final day where we'll be finishing our about page styles and importing our new font, which will not take long. So we are almost done with our website. If we go ahead and look at our current website, all we need to do is add some styles so our text gets moved to this side and this looks a little bit better, and add our font. So we are almost done. So let's just jump straight into it. Let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code and open up our website, and we're gonna open up our styles page first, and we'll also open up our about page or our about file because we will need to reference that when we're making our styles. So let's go ahead and open up both of those, and the first style we're going to be adding is our 2-column wrapper style, which is this one right here. So just the overall style. And let's also just add in our comments. Let's call this one about page styles, or just about styles, so we know exactly what these styles are referring to, just in case we ever want to refer back to this website in the future. So let's say 2-column wrapper, and let's check we have that spelling correct. 2-column wrapper, yep. And we're gonna use a display. We're not going to use flexbox in this one. We're going to use the grid, just like we did when we were making our 9x9 grid on our home page. And instead of having, we're doing the same thing when we're creating 2 template columns, but instead of having 3 1FRs, we're going to have 2 1FRs. So what we're going to do is 1FR and 1FR. So like we had in our home page, we had 1 2 3, which is 1 1 1. Instead of that, we're going to have a 1 2, so a 1 and a 1. So we have 2 sections of our page, because our 2 sections of the page is the picture and our text. So that's all we need for our column wrapper. If we go ahead and refresh this, we see that our text has moved to the right side, and this is looking almost exactly like we want. So that is pretty good. So let's go ahead and add some more styles. So let's go ahead and check what we called our image wrapper. So we just call this image wrapper. So let's go ahead and say image wrapper, and then since we're referencing only the image, we're going to say image, and inside here we're going to set the width to 100%, just to make sure that our picture is correct. Like if we ever wanted to change the height in the future, let's say we wanted the height to be 250 pixels, we can go ahead and do that, and it is not working for some reason. Let's check out why that is, and that is because I used the wrong letters. I had to have actual image, not img. So make sure your words are exactly how they are in your page. So now if I refresh this, it will actually work. So this is off because we have our height at 250. If we just save that, this is regular now because we set our width to 100%. So if we change this back to, let's say, 75%, we can make it smaller. So this is all up to you. So whatever you want to do. I'm going to set it to, I'm going to say 80 or 85%. Let's see how that looks. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to say 85%. And now let's add some padding. So let's go to our, so this is called this is called context text wrapper, content text wrapper. That's a real mouthful. Okay, so let's go ahead and say content text wrapper. I am not spelling good today. Typing good, whatever. Okay, I am not typing well today. So content text wrapper, and let's go ahead and say, let's add some padding and say 30 pixels. Or that's just X. We need a PX. Let's go ahead and check out how that looks. So we have more size, a little more leeway here, and that looks pretty good. And another thing, if I want the picture to be a little bit bigger, so let's say this is 92.5%. That's a very specific number, but that does look pretty good. And then let's also add our final one, which is going to be, since we only want to change the color of this header right here, so we're going to just copy and paste this, and we're going to refer to h1 just like we do for our divs, we're gonna say H1, and then here we're gonna say color. Let's use light sea green, just like we did in our home page. And let's also set the font size, and let's make it 45 pixels. Let's go ahead and save that, see how that looks. And this looks pretty good. So let's just go ahead and add our font family now, or our font. So to do that, let's first add our font to all of this right here. So that is going to go in the content text wrapper. Or I forgot to make this full screen, so sorry about that if you couldn't see much, but here it is. And so let's do it. Let's declare a font family. So we're gonna say font family, and we're gonna use this. We have to have quotation marks right here, and those are not the right quotation marks I just used. So we got to have the double ones, and we're gonna use the Montserrat family. I can't really pronounce that. And we're gonna use sans serif. So go ahead and save and see how that looks. So that is how this font looks. You can explore around different fonts. So if we type in font family, there's a bunch. You can use Times New Roman. Let's see how that looks. So that looks like that. You could, let's see, go here. We could use this right here. Let's hit save. Let's see how that looks. And actually, this looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this for the rest. So we're just gonna copy this right here, and we have to add it to our navigation bar and our home page now. So let's first add it to our navigation bar. So for our navigation bar, let's go ahead and figure out where it'd go. So it would go where we have our color declaration. So it'd go right here. So it's gonna be where we declare a color, because that's where we're really setting all of our text attributes, and we're also gonna want it in our regular one right here, just to be safe. Let's go ahead and save, and let's see how that looks. So it has changed right here, but as you see, our name hasn't changed. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Let's find where our name is, and that is right here. And let's go ahead and save on that. And now we see that all of our navigation bar has that font applied to it. The last thing we need to do is add our font to our 9x9 grid. So let's find where we want to do that. So we set our text right here. Let's go ahead and paste that again, which is our font family. And we also want that same font when it's transparent, because if, let's see what happens if we don't do it when it's transparent. Let's hit. It's gonna look a little weird. So if we come off it, you see that it turns back into its original text because of that transition. So we want that text over here as well. Hit save, and now we don't have that problem. So that is our website. That's pretty exciting. We are done building our website. We have everything on here. If we go back to our original website, we see we have our homepage. It has everything on it, just like here. And you can see the animations are a little faster here because these are 0.5 seconds and this is 1 second. You can change all of that if you want. That is completely up to you. You can go ahead and explore, change some things, add more text, add more pictures. You can do whatever you want. You can make this a 12x3 grid. You could add a lot of stuff here with the skills you've learned through this class. So I really hope you guys learned something, and I hope you can build your own website now, and I hope you have built your own website. So yeah, I'm really happy I got this chance to teach all of you, and that is it for my course. And yeah, so I really hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you really enjoyed this course. Bye.